Hey everyone, Bo Watson here with School of Lifetime Low Rounds, and today I'm going to show you how to pitch like a tour player. So the first thing that you want to talk about or assess is the bounce angle on your wedge, okay? It's very important to understand that the bounce is there for a reason. And when you look at the angle between the bottom part of the flinge and your leading edge, okay, that difference here to here is your bounce angle, okay? Now, the purpose of the bounce is to help you whenever you're like in the bunker, if you got a lot of soft sand, you want that club to hit and bounce. And if you're working with a pitch shot and you're in a lot of rough, you want it to do the same thing, okay? So the higher the bounce, the better it is from like a really bad lie, because you want it to kind of bounce through, all right? And then if you have a very tight lie, you probably want a little less bounce, okay, because you want it to just clip the ground in the right spot, okay? So to expand on this is when you understand the purpose of the bounce, okay, and when you get this part right, you will take a lot of those fat and thin shots out of the equation. I know those shots that you don't like a whole lot, where you send them across the green or you hit it just a few yards in front of you, and a lot of that is coming from, actually more than anything, it's probably not even your fault, okay? Because I was actually a victim of this. I was taught growing up that in order to set up for like a pitch shot, you know, the hands are really far in front, right? Ball position back. And what I just did right there is I just took all the bounce off of this wedge and zeroed it out to now what's exposed is this leading edge. And here's what's going to take place is that as soon as the club makes contact with the ground, it's going to stop, okay? Think of it like a knife. It's just going to hit and it's going to stop, and that's where you see that shot that goes a few yards in front of you. Or to try to protect yourself, you pull up, shortening the radius of the left arm, okay, getting this bent, and then you hit the top shot or the thin shot that sends it across the green, okay? So what you have to do whenever you're setting up for a pitch shot is you want to make sure that instead of the hands way far in front, you want to make sure the shaft lean is neutral, okay? And then also, depending on the type of lie, you're going to want to make sure that you're either setting up square or even a little bit open, okay? The more open you have, the more bounce that you're taking a part of. Now, what's really cool is I remember Andrew Rice doing a lot of research in this area, and he's done a really good job with this. And I remember watching a very slow motion view of a shot that he hit with a wedge. And what was so crazy was when you have the bounce correct, to the naked eye, whenever he would swing, it would look like it was a really good pitch shot, but when he slowed it down and showed you, I think it was like 1,000 frames per second, what was amazing was the ball position was like right here, but the reality was his club was making contact already with the ground way back here. And what was happening was that bounce was kicking in, it was allowing the wedge to glide, and then he was able to hit a pretty good shot using it, okay? So the number one thing I see with a lot of students is they're setting up with way too much shaft lean, ball position too far back, and it's getting stuck, okay? So to fix this, ball position should be either neutral or a little bit forward, shaft lean neutral or even back, and then allow yourself to make a swing where you're keeping the hips engaged, which leads to the next point. If you try to hit this shot with no rotation of the lower body at all, this is what it's going to look like. And you may get away with it, which is not a bad shot for what I just hit, but the problem is it's putting you in danger of flipping, and if you don't have the timing down, you're going to get in trouble very quick, okay? So one of the drills I love to use to help you pitch like a tour player is to take an alignment stick like this, attach it halfway down the shaft, okay? Then set up with the ball position forward, because you're going to have to, and what's going to force you to do is going to open your stance up, okay? And then what this drill is designed to do is to get those hips to open up, because you do not want this alignment stick to hit your side, okay? So you take a few swings, get the feeling of it, and I'm telling you, it's going to take a few swings to work on this, guys. It took me a few times to get this right, to get the solid contact part. So you set up just like this, ball position forward, work on hitting a shot. And the objective is do not let the stick hit your side at all costs, okay, for like a little half swing, all right? And what this is going to do is going to force the hips to continue to move, which puts everything else and it's same RPM. Just think of it like that. So it keeps everything in the proper timing as you go around the curve. Okay. Now, the other thing that it protects you from is, as you notice, the shot I hit earlier, the first one, where I had a lot of flip, that was because the hips were stalled. Okay. So make sure that you use this stick enough times to where you finally get to a place where you're able to hit 7 out of 10 without the stick hitting your side, and you're getting the proper ball flight. Once you do that, that's like the base level of a pitch shot, the proper technique. Then you can start getting a little more daring, and you can start playing with opening the face, you can start playing with ball position and all those things. So as you work on that, guys, I'm telling you, you'll learn how to hit better pitch shots. So to give you an example, here you go. Not bad. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please subscribe below, and that way you can stay in contact with us as we post new videos. And guys, we'll see you next time.